a platinum foundation orthopedics. Due to a demand from the students as far as orthopedics is concerned, and the absence of standard preparatory manual for NEET PG, fmge, and INIC students, I made up this project with one of my dear colleagues, my friends, Dr. Fayaz, a renowned orthopedic surgeon, and he has been instrumental and helpful in just contributing heavily to this project. And we came up with this project as far as the students are concerned. To go ahead about this book, and you can see over here that we prepared this book in consultation with the students' needs, in consultation with the toppers, in consultation with other experts in the field of orthopedics. And as a result of their, I mean, say, suggestions, their advice, we just came up with this project. And in a very chronological, systematic manner, we just placed some topics and arranged this book in the form of chapters. The first chapter, Basics of Orthopedics, Important Fractures in Orthopedics, Spinal Cord Injuries, a separate chapter on bone tumors, a separate chapter on orthopedic tests, a separate chapter on special and miscellaneous topics and orthopedic clinical scenarios, as well as important questions which have been asked in orthopedics. So, as far as this orthopedics is concerned, I would just like to enlarge for your purposes, so for clarity purposes, that we just did not miss anything to the max of our capability. The basics of orthopedics is very vital. And as far as even if we take up MCH orthopedics or MCH musculoskeletal surgery, we find a good chunk of questions in MCH general surgery as well as musculoskeletal surgery being asked. And we did not want students to suffer because of the basic concepts. Sometimes the students do well in clinical scenarios but get these questions quite wrong, and we just did not take a chance. So as you can see, we just started from a general thing: osteoblast, osteoclast, osteocyte, now all the basic terminology about the bone, the histology of the bone, the histopathology of the bone, starting from periosteum, endosteum, lamellae, the compact bone, the cancellous bone, the bone cells, as I mentioned previously. So all the hormones and the bone physiology, what is important, the parathormone, calcitonin, all these important things. Then investigations, important orthopedic procedure, what to write where. So that's very important as far as orthography, myelography, bone scans, bone marrow dentistry, examination of synovial fluid, ultrasound, MRI, the lab tests are concerned, the biochemical markers of bone metabolism. So that's very important. And then coming to some of the systemic things like the osteoporosis, we did not miss a point because this is a high yield topic as far as questions are concerned, as far as the clinical spectrum is concerned, as far as the OPD cases are concerned. What is important in the osteoporosis, the I mean say risk factors, the drugs causing the I mean say treatment of osteoporosis, the latest and all those things. Rickets and osteomalacia, how to differentiate, what are the causes, what are the symptomatology, what are the radiographic features, what are the biochemical features, metabolic bone diseases, hyperparathyroidism, renal osteodystrophy. We just took care about those things. Then fractures, what are the special types of fractures, what are the different orthopedic associations of fractures. I mean to say torus fractures, hairline, green sticks, truss, pathological fractures, fractures in children which form a different entity, features of fractures in children, the factors affecting the wound healing, fracture healing, some important clinical scenarios, emergency clinical scenarios, ARDS, fat embolism, how to recognize the criteria guiding those, the Christ syndrome, the DVT, Volkmann's. I mean, say not orthopedics is not only about bone, it is about ligaments, it is about tendons, it is about muscles, it is about some of the emergencies associated, systematic emergencies associated with orthopedics. So that's what orthopedics is about. Then fracture. Say, for example, over here, an image of a breach in the clavicle, clavicular fracture. So then we did not just focus on the image only. We provided a text, but the I mean say concise, high yield. What a student needs to know, whether he's a first year of PG in orthopedics, whether he or she is a NEET PG student, FMG student. We have tried to, I mean, say, place them in a very chronological order, starting from the clavicle to the shoulder, all the clinical conditions associated with the shoulder dislocations, anterior, inferior, whatsoever, the nerve injuries related to the humerus, the bones, along with the, I mean, these are original pictures. The most satisfaction is that we have our own collection. We have used our own collection of photographs, which have been, I mean, say, been primarily our own collection, Dr. Fayaz's collection, mine collection. And here I would not like to undermine the role of our ex-HOD orthopedics, Dr. Nasir, who has also contributed long back. And this project has been there for, I mean to say, 1.5 years, and we speed it up because of the demand from the students to have this project. As far as this thing is concerned, all the fractures, I mean to say, which are there, the more important anatomical surgical conditions related with the upper limb, with the lower limb, we have taken care of every fracture: Montijo, Galeazzi, Cullis, radial stellate, Smith's, Wooler Barton, all, and along with the diagrams, line diagrams, figures, real-time images, radiographs, CTs, MRIs, wherever possible, line diagrams, so that a student is well able to appreciate all those things. So that is, you can see, I'm scrolling and you can be having a look at this, your screens, and you can see the tremendous amount of and the tremendous quantum of knowledge which we have put in on there. And we have just used all the, I mean, say, artistic work at our disposal. We thank some of our students who have just helped us in this project and given us the preludes of how, what is deficient, the gaps, the research gaps, the gaps in other books, and what is needed as far as orthopedics is concerned. So you can see that we have covered multiple conditions of clinical significance, conditions clinically asked, clinically encountered in OPDs, clinically, I mean to say, relevant, and we have just tried to classify all wherever the classifications exist. We have provided the real-time photographs of all these conditions, whatsoever is there in orthopedics as far as our maximum capability is concerned. We have tried to put in, fix in the things which we found deficient after going through. And this is not a book which is 1,000 pages book. It is just less than 200 pages book. And then we have tried to condense it all into, I'm to say, all these 180 pages, so that you get an idea what orthopedics is about. That it is highly concentrated. It is, I mean, say, precise. It is high yield. It is, I mean, say, it gives you an idea just within 180 pages. You get an idea what orthopedics is about. And it is not only about orthopedic systemic. Wherever there are clinical correlates, we have introduced that the drugs for the treatment modalities, the newer concepts, which the radiological changes, what you find in the blood values. So all, I mean, say, what we discuss thoroughly, and what is about the orthopedic case discussions. So joints, for example, I take the example of a joints. What is the position of the joints? I mean, so what the condition of the joints in arthritis, different types of arthritis: gonococcal, Charcot's, hemophilic, rheumatoid, osteoarthritis, gout, psoriatic arthropathy, systemic juvenile rheumatoid arthritis. So all which conditions are affected, the hip, the knee joint, whatsoever. I mean, you cannot undermine the importance of the hip joint, the knee joint, the ankle joint. They are very important, but we have taken care that we take the small joints into account as well: the wrist joint, the elbow joint, the shoulder joint, the metacarpal joints. So all these things clubbed at a, I mean, say, at a single place. So we have taken up bony tumors, and tumors systematically classified, appearance, I mean, say, most common sites, what is important, the tests we have taken into account. What are the tests for upper limb nerve injuries, lower limb nerve injuries, the ligaments tests, I mean, say, all given at a single place. So you can see this, say, I just focus on a table over here. So you can see what is important. Special topics, which I mean to say, which are rarities, but they are quite on the examiner's mind: Olier's disease, pycnodysostosис, cleidocranial dysostosis, nail patella syndrome, Marfan's, Ehlers-Danlos, osteogenesis imperfecta, fibrous dysplasia, I mean to say, this complex regional pain syndromes, and basic things: secreos, wiring, tension band wiring, implants, the deformities, what are the important sites of injury, what are the various nerve injuries, what injury to bone causes what important deformity, what are the various types of splints, what all given the dermatomas, the eponym names of the diseases, We have tried the eponym fractures, all those, and that's not, it's a collection, a huge collection, a sound original collection of all the figures, well demarcated and precise. So I will just go scroll it rapidly. Then just to show you. So the test which muscle, which test tests what disability, which test is used in what clinical condition. So these are all given, I would say, in a very systemic manner. Then we have taken into account the real-time images of sepsis, folliculitis, abscesses, whatsoever gangrene, whatsoever it is applicable, and given you different views, different angles of an, I would say, radiological condition. We did not stop it only over there, as you can see. So it's all, I would say, given there along with the orthopedic correlates in there, some rare conditions, some common conditions, some MRIs, some PETs, some well-drawn artistic diagrams, and then orthopedical clinical scenarios, how a clinical orthopedic surgeon encounters, I mean, say, clinical scenario, and how do we come to arrive at a diagnosis. So things like those important points condensed, all those things which are very, very, very important from an orthopedic viewpoint. We do not stop. Important topics and questions. What are the various types of clinical scenarios? What is the importance of the nerves as far as orthopedics is concerned? Which nerves are, how does a nerve injury present in orthopedics? How does a, I mean, say, inflammation of the bursa present? How does a particular, what are the various diagnostic modalities which you have to take? Which is the first initial investigation? Which is the best investigation? Which is the first investigation? There's a lot of difference between these questions. So what are the various diagnostic techniques which we use? What, how do we come to come to a conclusion of a, some, then the clinical scenarios about the bony tumors, then the clinical scenarios about some rare congenital pediatric orthopedics. Then we also come across, I mean to say, all the clinical conditions which have been previously asked. These are some of the questions which have been asked in our previous year's examinations. So there's a lot of focus on Paget's disease. You can see pseudo-gout, tenosynovitis, osteoarthritis, the lab values, the myeloma, the osteomalacia, chronic osteomalacia, metabolic bone disease. I mean to say, the diseases of bones as far as mucopolysaccharidosis is concerned. Then the position of the joints, the, I mean to say, in different conditions. So the lab values, the emergency clinical conditions like the fat embolism syndrome, then metabolic bone disease, as I previously mentioned. An important feature is newer concepts. You must have not come across many of the terms as such: RS3PE syndrome, anti-signal recognition particle syndrome, SAPO syndrome, Stickler syndrome, Menkes disease. I would say, orthopedic uh, uh, viewpoint, from an orthopedic viewpoint, because these diseases can present with systemic features, cardiological features, gastroenterology. But I am here concerned with the orthopedic presentation of these diseases. So you can see, I mean to say, we have included all the latest things over there, the newer treatment modalities for certain diseases, recent advances in orthopedics. So, in a nutshell, I would just like to bring to your notice that this is a compact book, and we have seen that sometimes what happens, an examiner goes one step ahead and asks you some of the questions and concepts which you are not aware of. So as far as that thing is concerned, we have taken into care the old things which are frequently asked in examinations, the newer things which are frequently asked in examinations, and all the spectrum of orthopedics which we have tried to cover as far as our basic schedule is concerned. So I again go to the content part, and you can see how beautifully we have split this book into, I mean to say, various fractions, and try to cover each and every possible query which can be at the from the examiners towards the student. Basically, the students are our main, I mean to say, focus. And we think that this project is for students. We think that the students should be maximally benefited. And we have taken, I mean to say, feedback from the students, from experts in orthopedics, not the, I mean to say, the people who are event organizers, who are there to just to I would say only criticism, but real people who are experts in their fields with a good academic cult, and their guidance, their suggestions have been welcome. And in case you find any gaps, any aberrations, we would be very much open to criticism, because it is the criticism which will help us in improving. And we look forward to your criticism, forward to your reviews, and we think that this small effort of ours would maximally benefit you. Thanks a lot.